Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage James O'Keefe.
Hello, everyone. Great to be with you at Turning Point Tampa 2022. Today, I'm going to talk to you about sunlight, about exposing people, confronting them in the street. We've confronted a lot of people over the years. Most recently, CNN confronted Brian Stelter.
Do you report any news that Jeff Zucker doesn't directly tell you to report?
We also dialed into Jeff Zucker's conference calls. He did not know that I was on the call recording everything.
Hey, this is James O'Keefe. We've been listening to your CNN calls for basically 2 months, recording everything.
We were banned from Twitter for releasing some of these CNN tapes. We sue a lot of people at Project Veritas. We've never lost a case, by the way, at Project Veritas. And we need more people suing these organizations for defamation and holding them accountable. You may know this guy, Oliver Darcy is his name, at CNN, says that we were reporting on these people and that we were harassing them because it prompts a flood of harassment when you expose them. This is Oliver Darcy, who kind of looks like a cheap version of Jeff Bezos. I still have messages from Oliver Darcy from 2011 on Facebook where he was asking for my advice.
I have messages from you from 2011, Oliver, when you worked for exposingleftist.com.
Oliver Darcy, he's a recent college grad and co-founder of exposingleftist.com.
Basically what we did was we knew, and we do know, that a lot of college students support the redistribution of wealth.
How many of you think I should release those messages? Now, they always run away. I don't know why. All the tapes I'm going to show you here over the next 15 minutes, they just run. This guy is another New York Times reporter. Now, this guy pretends like he's working the whole time I'm talking to him. Trust me, he's not getting any work done. His name is Mark Mazzetti, and he wrote this ridiculous headline in the New York Times. They engage in this mendacious innuendo. They don't necessarily publish falsehoods. They say things in this horrible way to try to imply something nefarious. This is actually from a documentary about Mike Schmidt. You may have seen it, probably haven't. And this is what these people are like.
I don't even have food in my apartment.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Doesn't even have food. I call them the Hardy Boys at the New York Times. We also confront pharmaceutical executives. This is one of my favorite moments. Don't tell them about what's in the vaccine. These are what they said. These are emails. That was a whistleblower. So we go to talk to the senior director of Pfizer, a woman named Vanessa Gelman, and she runs away from us.
Are you Vanessa? Vanessa Gelman, I'm a reporter with Project Veritas. Why did you send emails telling Pfizer employees not to report that you guys were using fetal cell lining mist? What else are you hiding from the public?
Now, many of you say, why do you focus on the New York Times and these sorts? Because the tech companies amplify what CNN and the New York Times does. And by the way, I love this. If you're an Indian dude working at a big tech company and a smoking hot chick is super into you, she is James O'Keefe. And by the way, thanks to Benny Johnson for embedding this video into Twitter. Thank you, Benny. And then we released this guy. This guy's name is Alex Martinez, head of Twitter sales department, who says this: we don't want to give people free speech. We want what's good for the planet, whatever that means. Now, this guy is also mocking what he calls Elon Musk's Asperger's special needs. What's remarkable is, in the meeting with this Twitter executive, the Twitter executive proceeds to take out his iPhone and show our undercover journalist an image of this confidential email talking about Project Veritas. And then he says, no, I can trust you, guy, because I met you organically. I didn't meet you on a dating app. This is the most crazy thing that you'll ever see in your entire life. So I sit down, and then he makes this weird gesture. And then he runs into the restaurant. Oh boy, here comes the owner. They're gonna call police, they're gonna call NYPD on me, right? I'm screwed. They always call the cops on me, every single time. But this guy, he's the owner of the place, he says he's a fan of Project Veritas. So then he runs into the restaurant, this is the Twitter executive, runs into this restaurant and hides from me in the corner. And the owner's like, go get him. But you know, I play it safe, I sit outside, I order some food, and then all of a sudden, I'm sitting there, waiting 15 minutes for this guy, and then he comes running out. Well, he was like on a full-out sprint, and I was walking briskly.
There he goes.
Oh, there he goes.
Gavin, go. Oh, okay, I'll never interrupt you.
Hi, I want to take a jog, but why are you running? Why are you running away from us? He runs around 78th Street, 78th in Amsterdam, proceeds to run down the street. Now, I'm holding the confidential email, asking him about what he said, while the cameraman this is the most unbelievable camera work you'll ever see. I mean, look at this. Now I think the cameraman, Gavin is his name. Gavin, are you here? Are you here, Gavin? Gavin? Look at this. Gavin, 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 Gavin. Give it up for Gavin. We will be having, last year we had a party here in Tampa. Many of you asked me about it. We are not having a party here in Tampa. We're going to have the Project Veritas experience, a whole story about what we've been through. Every single one of you are invited. Stay tuned for when that is. It'll be in a town to be announced soon. You're all invited. Stay tuned. Be brave. Do something.